Who said?
I said.
Now wait a minute. This was written in Psalms 82, which was probably a couple of thousand years ago. How could you say it in the law when you're only about 33 years old? Because eternity is opened on both ends. I was there. That's why when you read this book, it's all about you. And you'll find your character in this book, because every state of consciousness that is on earth that you become is right here. You want to act like the whore? Go, Rahab. You want to get drunk? Okay, Noah. See, it's the same one character, God, just manifesting and descending in different forms.
Jesus.
That's why he can say, I said.
Ye are gods.
Ye are. I told you this before, don't you remember? No, we're still asleep. And we're angry that you're trying to wake us up. Never wake anybody up from their sleep that is not ready to be awakened. You may get a shoe thrown at you. Okay, oh, Jesus, I'm way out of control. Let's go down to page 179. Read for me Principle 90. The purpose of spreading.
The purpose of spreading the fame of the leader is to build faith in the hearer, for faith comes by hearing.
Good. You will only be as strong as your disciples see you. A church will only be as large as the membership sees it. That's why Jesus went, though he was affirmed in himself, but he went to check out with what he projected, was it affirmed in others? He says, who do men say that I am? Some say thou art Elias. Some say that thou art Jeremiah. Others says that thou art one of the prophets. Did you notice that Jesus never denied it or corrected their theology? Probably because he was all of them. Who do you say that I am? Thou art the Christ. Okay, upon that I'll build. You build upon the revelation that others have of you. That's why you got to watch what you agree. Don't be taking what your mother said about you growing up and make that law in your life. That's why many of you are trapped. You will build on only on what you agree with. Touch your neighbor and say, what are you building on? Oh, God, okay. The Queen of Sheba came to see Solomon's wisdom in the house that he had built. She brought a sizable gift. Read for me verse 5. 1 Kings 10, verse 5, read.
And the meat of his table.
Okay. She noticed the meat that was on Solomon's table. But I want you to notice, because see, she knew the I am had manifested by the way Solomon had acted. Continue reading verse 5. Read all of verse 5.
And the sitting of his servants, and the attendance of his ministers, and their apparel, and his cupbearers,
and his ascent.
And his ascent, by which he went up unto the house of the Lord. There was no more spirit in her.
She died. She gave up the ghost. Oh, I think it meant that she just fainted. Yeah, that's on a physical level. That's if you want to minimize it. I believe she died, and Solomon raised her up. Because the spirit not being in the body is dead. Okay. They're looking at me again. But she noticed several things. She noticed the attendance of his ministers, servants. She watched how they were paying attention. She noticed their apparel. So you got to watch who walks with you. They're shutting a door or opening it. She noticed the cupbearer. She watched how he walked, his ascent. You must watch who you hang with.
Well,
They're either cramping your connections and setting you up to succeed or fail. Touch your neighbor and say, don't let everyone walk with you. Even Jesus qualified who was on his team. Jesus only discipled rich folks. If any of you was in the day of Jesus, still God playing stupid, he wouldn't have discipled you. He would have told you, run along in your little testimony ministry and tell them what I did. But he only called the rich. Jesus only discipled rich folks. Say that.
Jesus only discipled rich folks.
Because poor people are not discipleship material. They're looking for instant gratification. But rich people do generational thinking. Okay. Some of you don't like that either. Let's see, can we get to something a little user-friendly here today? Maybe the next verse is not as bad. Let's read that.
And she said to the king, it was a true report that I heard in my own land of thy acts and of thy wisdom.
See, it was a true report. Howbeit, I believed not the what? Words until I
Came.
and mine
Eyes.
had
Seen.
seen it. See, you must display your wisdom. God demands that you demonstrate what's in you. And if you don't demonstrate what's in you, he curse you. Go ask the fig tree. It was a fig tree. It didn't demonstrate. He cursed it. Go ask the man with the talent that had the one and buried it. He told that one, go to hell. He cast it into outer darkness with its national. That's hell. If you don't demonstrate, you are in hell. Touch your neighbor and say, he's called your name again, didn't he? And behold, the half was not what? Told me, thy wisdom and prosperity exceeded the fame which I heard. Now, let me say this to you. Poor people close their shades when the sun go down. Rich people keep it up and a light on. The rich displays their wisdom. The poor people hide theirs because they don't have any. Even if you can't afford curtains, you'll put a blanket up. I'll be letting folks look in here. You don't have anything. This revelation came to me because there was a man on a particular block I lived on that got very angry with us one day. You know, the way the cars was parked outside in front of the house, and he was just yelling in the street, I can't stand you. You have your lights on and your shades up for people to look and see into your living room. You're supposed to. We display our wisdom. Now, I can understand why yours is not up. If you're ashamed to bring people into your home, you're telling us that you're not wise. Because wisdom has been made to display. Continue on. Read on.
Happy are thy men.
See, when a Solomon or the I Am manifests, happy are those around them. Happy are thy men.
Happy are these thy servants, which stand continually before thee, and that hear thy wisdom.
So you got to hear the wisdom of a Solomon. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, let's go to Principle 92. Read. Page 183.
Pastors, when people come to your church, they come to see your wisdom.